Yo, 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 what's going on, guys? It's Buns, and welcome back to the Road to Gladiator. Tonight, let's talk WoW PvP. Specifically, let's talk about finding and meeting new arena partners. Now, like many of you guys hopping into Legion, I was going in knowing only one or two friends. Some of you guys may not have known anyone jumping into Legion, and I knew going into it that I wanted to play arenas. That was what I wanted to do in World of Warcraft, and I know to play that, you have to play with two other people, 3v3s at least. I'm not interested in 2v2s, but it's the same concept. You still have to queue with someone to be able to queue arenas. So for my case scenario, it's 3v3, and I only knew two people going into this expansion that I knew that I could play with on occasion, and I was going to have to branch out and meet some people to be a part of that experience and be able to play arenas. Now, I know a lot of people are going through similar experiences because I'm going through it myself, and I've had a lot of people on the stream talk about this as well too and ask me questions about this, and I thought it would be very helpful since I am going through the experience and have seen success for myself to share my story in some ways to help you guys out along your journey to be able to meet people and keep that attitude and mindset right to be able to give yourself as many opportunities as possible. So the first thing on the list I'm going to ask you to do is have a goal for yourself. For those of you guys that have watched some of my other videos before, I always think it's very important when you're getting into a PvP situation to know what are you trying to get out of it. And that's important, and it's going to be different for everyone, right? Could be casual games on the weekends after work. Could be you're trying to push a certain title, certain rating. You're looking to play maybe a specific comp with certain players. Have a goal, have a general mindset going into it, and it will help put you in the right direction to meet people that have similar mindset, which is really important. Now, the second part of all of this is you've got to put yourself out there after that. So once you have this goal in mind, what you're looking to get accomplished, what are you trying to benefit and achieve with playing arenas, think about you got to put yourself out there to meet people, right? Now, I'm going to encourage you to try 3 different things to meet people, and then I'm going to tell you one to stay away from. I want to encourage you to check out a subreddit called reddit/r/world of PvP. This is a subreddit that I use a lot of the time. There are a ton of friendly people there, and it's a Reddit area that's based on helping people of a variety of levels in World of Warcraft with tips, also meeting different players and different partners from US to EU, and it's a great culmination for anyone that's looking to get into arenas. Definitely check that out, and I would encourage you to go on there and make a post for yourself. So literally for myself, exactly earlier this week, I did the exact same thing I'm telling you guys. I made a post saying that I was looking for partners, and this is what I was looking for. And I kind of gave my prerequisites of what I wanted to do, and I ended up getting a few people to talk to, ended up talking to them and added them. You've got to be able to be comfortable with putting yourself out there if you're going to meet people, right? You can't expect that you're just going to be sitting around and dallying and some dude's going to walk up to you and ask you to play arenas and then magically you go on your journey. Not how the world works, right? Put yourself out there. Lay out what you want to do, lay out when you can play, what's your goals, and you'll find people with similar mindsets that you're going to play with. And that's good because if you have the goal and mindset set up first and then you make a post, you're going to end up meeting people similarly. You can also check out the WoW forums as well too. There's a WoW arena section. You can check that out too to meet different people there as well too. It'll be a different audience in the Reddit section, but you can find people there as well too. And then finally, I'm going to throw one out there that you guys may have overlooked. This is something that I have overlooked as well too for a while, and I thought about it the other day. Is use guilds on your servers, especially if you're playing on a high pop realm. If you're really someone that's struggling to find people to play with and maybe you're not quite as outgoing to the point where you don't want to really make a forum post for yourself, check out and try to get involved in guilds on your servers that are based on PvP, whether it's just doing arenas, competitive arenas, battlegrounds, rated battlegrounds. You will probably meet people in any PvP faceted guild that are going to want to at some point try some arenas, right? So look to see if you can get yourself into an arena guild that will give you an opportunity to play. Now, the one thing I'm going to encourage you guys, for those of you guys that are trying to find long-term partners to play with, I'm going to really encourage you guys to stay away from Group Finder. Now, this is not because of necessarily Blizzard's fault, but the culture and culmination of what it has turned into. I used Group Finder a lot at the beginning of the expansion. I played probably over 300 games on my Rogue, trying to meet people, trying to try out different comps, just getting a feel for what was going on at endgame arenas. And I have to say, probably out of the 300 plus games that I played using Group Finder, I only met one person person that I know by name and still play with today out of that entire experience, and his name is Chongo. That's it. I only know one person. So, yes, once in a blue moon, can you meet someone? Yes. Are there way more efficient ways? Yes. The 3 that I suggested above, use the Reddit, use WoW forums, and a guild are going to be more efficient ways for you to find people. Now, I want to transition this whole segment from Group Finder into something that I want to segue through the rest of the video. And the reason why Group Finder is not a great system is simply because you get out what you put in. And Group Finder encourages the least amount of effort to do the best that you possibly can while doing absolutely nothing. So for people that just want to sign up, queue a game, and if they win, they play. If they lose, they're out. That's normally what happens in Group Finder, and it encourages partners and players to split up, and easily it's very anonymous. You can just jump out of a situation if it's going bad, if you don't want to be there anymore. It just is a bad, toxic environment for anyone that's seriously trying to meet new partners to play with long term. Bad environment. Do not go there. There's better outlets for you to put yourself in to meet long-term partners, because it's just simply the Arena Finder system does not give the greatest avenue for meeting people that has long-term partners. It's kind of like a hookup site, you know what I mean? It's like fucking Tinder. You go there, you throw in your shit, and if people like it, they suck it. If people don't like it, they're fucking out, all right? It's freaking Tinder of World of Warcraft. Just fucking stay away from it, all right? Now, when you put a lot of effort into what you're doing, you're making these posts in the forums, you're trying to get involved with guildmates, you're going to find people that have similar mindsets to you and be able to play. Now, on top of this, I think that something that has helped me tremendously is something that I've done very recently, and that is not only have I put myself out there to meet people to play with, but I have also gave myself more opportunities to play different compositions by making multiple characters. So for those of you guys that have been watching the channel for a while, I started off playing Rogue. I've also now made an Elemental Shaman as well too, because I can play a variety of different comps between those 2 classes to give myself more opportunities to play games. And really at the end of the day, that's all I care about currently. Playing as many games as possible, as often as possible, and getting the opportunity to meet people with a similar mindset going into it. That is important to me. That's what I'm looking for. So another thing that you can do, make alternate characters that you can play for. And if you really don't care what you're playing, like honestly, make a healer, because people always want healers. Playing a healer is very good. Do that if you really do not care what you're playing for, because DPS aren't as needed. There's a lot more people who play DPS, especially if you're a vocal player. Play a healer. You will definitely get picked up. Now, going off of that, when you're in these games and you meet these people, use voice. I feel like I shouldn't have to say this, but use voice. You want to make it personal. You want to get to know the people you're playing with. It's better for communication in the game. And be open and friendly when you're talking in the games, right? You want to have a good attitude. These are people that you're trying to make long-term partners with, or at least give the opportunity to see if it's something that can work out. And you can't really get that if you have your mind in the gutter and you're not being considerate of the other people in the call. So have an objective mindset, keep it positive, try to look at something that you can do better before you're going to make criticism of your partner, and do it in like a team-oriented setting. That's always things that I'm looking forward going into and treating in arenas. Have a good attitude, enjoy the people you play with, and put in that positive effort, and you're going to get back that same vibe from your partners as well too for the majority of the time. And if you don't play with the person. But as long as you put your best foot forward, you can't really complain with the rest of the situation after that. Now, finally, for a lot of you new players in World of Warcraft that are really trying to meet people out there, I'm going to break the news here on this one, and this is something that you're going to have to get over when you're trying to meet people in World of Warcraft. Don't care about your rating and where it's at all the time, all right? Now, it is important, I think, for people that have some experience playing the game, play with people that you feel like are generally going to be around your skill level. If you're playing around 1800, try to find people that are playing around 1800. And you can do that in your goal and your mindset or your post when you're trying to meet people originally. Whatever experience you're playing at, try to play with people that are around you. But especially for people that are new to World of Warcraft or really just trying to play with as many different people as possible, try not to care about your rating, because it will give you way more opportunities to meet people. And then once you have a nice pool of players, you can start focusing on comps more. You can start focusing on rating and go through that whole ordeal. But you can't do that until you have a lot of people to play with. It's important to open up and give yourself opportunity to meet as many people as possible before you start narrowing in and already limiting your options before you've already started. With that as a final note, guys, I hope this is helpful for you. This is an experience that I have had to go through with the start of Legion, and these are things that have been successful and have worked out for me. I will catch you guys on the next video. or in the live stream during the afternoon. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Keep it easy, everyone. Peace. Later, guys. Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Buns, and welcome back to the Road to Gladiator. Tonight, we have some Ellie Shaman 3v3 arena gameplay coming at you hot. For those of you guys that caught the video that I put out last night,